Welcome back to a new comic book day video. I'm T. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going to get some new comic books, but before we do, we got a package to open. We're going to go over our top 3 comics that we read last week and our trade of the week. So let's just get right into it, starting with our first package. So I am so excited to get this. It's my favorite issue of my favorite series and probably my favorite cover. I got this cover because I think it really just exemplifies Absolute Batman. Oh, wow. Check that out. So he's got his little axe right here. He's on the motorcycle that he stole from Alfred in issue number 1. Oh my gosh. Got a certificate of authenticity on the back. This is definitely my Grail so far. This is my favorite comic that I own so far. I got some comic capsules, and I ordered an extra one just for this occasion. So let's go ahead and slap it in here. If you haven't had one of these before, these are pretty cool. These comic capsules, they're about $10 a piece. Just push the tabs here. And what's cool is you can slide it in with the bag and the board. Ooh, we got it. And the comic capsule, ready to go. Go ahead and slap it on the wall. And we will get this week's video started. New Comic Book Day, episode number 2. Ooh, happy Wednesday. Best day of the week, baby. Let's get into it. Our picks. Go ahead and run through these real quick so we can go ahead and head to the store. Coming in at number 3, we have Exquisite Corpses, issue number 3. This was great. The art and the writing in this has been good so far. It's like a Hunger Games kind of scenario where first issue we got introduced to all these different warriors and assassins. And they just been battling it out. Seems like every issue we've been losing one of them. This is like a 12-issue series, I believe. And there's 13 heroes, so kind of going to lose one every issue. And then at the end, we're going to have a champion. This one is about Nurse Pete. Pretty good issue. Nurse Pete is crazy in this. It kind of made me feel a little weird and uncomfortable, but I guess that's good in a book like this. It's kind of a horror genre, so you want to feel that. It was a great one. Coming in at number 2, books we read, we have Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 10. This was amazing. We have LSD Wonder Woman on the cover. She gets kind of like hit with this stuff and she starts tripping and seeing things that aren't real. It was a great issue. She's down in the maze trying to find her fellow Amazon sister, and maybe she found her, maybe she didn't. We don't have to know. We're going to have to wait till the next issue, but it was a great issue. This was probably going to be my number 1 issue if it wasn't for the actual number 1 issue that I ended up reading at the last minute just so I could make this video because I heard how good it was. I had to read it just so I could include it in this week's video. But Absolute Wonder Woman number 10, Kelly Thompson, she's doing fantastic with this run. Basically my favorite Wonder Woman ever. If it's not this Wonder Woman, I really don't want to read it. Her being a witch and having this sword and just having this crazy backstory with being from hell and having all these goddesses involved in her life has been phenomenal. So, let's get to number 1. The number 1 comic that I read last week. This was great. It blew the rest out of the water. I thought Wonder Woman for sure had it, and then this one came out and I'm like, oh, it just has to be this one. Absolute Martian Manhunter, issue number 5. I don't know what it is about the Absolutes, but issues number 5 and issues number 10 have just been, peak. So, maybe that's just the way it's rolling. So, I'm really excited for Absolute Green Lantern, issue number 5, next week, I believe. But this was amazing. Dennis Camp on the writing, killing it again. Javier Rodriguez, I believe, on the... Yeah, Javier Rodriguez on the art. Just phenomenal. The art, you think you would get bored of it the way it is, the way they draw the Martian, because it's kind of the same every single issue, but they find some way to keep it fresh. They find some way to draw you in. Last issue, we were in a heat wave, and there was all light, no dark, and then the white Martian ended up taking out all the power grids, and this one we're in complete darkness, so it's a complete shift, and it was fantastic. I loved it. Now we're at the end, and we got our main character. He's in a bit of a pickle. Don't know what's going to happen next, but the villains are like right there. I'm really hyped for the next issue. This was fantastic. Number 1 issue. If you're not on Absolute Martian Manhunter, you need to pick it up. This is a fantastic read. Mind-bending visuals. makes you think a little bit, but it's also kind of like relates to the modern world and things going on. So, just can't talk about it enough. Pick it up, please. Now, our trade of the week. So, a trade is just a big old copy of a bunch of issues in one book. We have I don't know why, every time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Jason Aaron. This has been fantastic. I went and I picked up the single issues 7 through 10, and then this trade last week just so I could be able to catch up. Apparently, Jason Aaron's only going to do 12 issues, so I want to be with everybody else for the last 2. Hopefully, the new writer is going to keep the flame burning bright, but the 1 through 6 was fantastic. So in this, we have the Ninja Turtles have split up. We have, Raphael's in prison. Michelangelo is in Tokyo. He became a movie star. Leonardo is traveling the world looking for peace. And Donatello is trapped in like some mutant gladiator zoo where he's like forced to fight for these other mutants. And I don't know. It's a great story. The artists changed throughout these issues, so every issue kind of looks different. And I kind of enjoyed that. Some were better than others, but they were all great. The covers on some of these were just fantastic. Go ahead and show you some of these pages here. Look at that. That's just fantastic. The covers on them, I was like, man, I got to pick up some of these covers, which hopefully I can pick a couple up today at my LCS. I'm going to go ahead and look and see if we can pick up some of these variant covers, because 1 through 6 has some great variants. This one was my favorite right here with the motorcycle coming off of his sword. Are you kidding me? If I could find this, that would be great for the wall. I think that's going to be my next Grail, my next hunt. Just to show off, because I like to have one good cover from each series that I really enjoyed. That's why I went and I got the Beneath the Trees last week, because I loved that first trade copy. I wanted to have something to kind of signify it for my comic wall, which I guess we'll show you that in a little bit, maybe later when we come back. But I finally got the comic wall up. You see all my big comics. I'm going to try to trade those out every now and then. Keep it fresh. But that's the trade of the week. You saw our top 3. We have Exquisite Corpses, Wonder Woman, and Absolute Martian Manhunter. Let me know what your top comics of the week were last week. Let me know what you're going to pick up this week, what you're hyped about. We got our Grail on the wall. It's a good day already. We haven't even left. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's hit the bike and have a good day, baby.
Oh man, I love a good morning rip. I love a good chicken morning rip. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, new comic book day, the best day of the week. I'm your host, T like the drag, not the letter. And today, we're going to be going to our LCS, picking up some scoops, some pools, maybe get a trade or 2. I don't know. We feeling cheeky. It looks like the pool list going to be a little bit light this week. We didn't get to read everything we wanted, so we still got some back issues to catch up on. So it's not too big of a deal that it's a light week. We've been reading a lot, and I mean a lot of trades. I think half my reads last week were trades. I've been reading those mostly, because those are great to take to work. Because you can take 6 issues and basically you can read that whole book all day. If you take like 1 or 2 issues, you're going to run out of stuff to read before the end of the day. Absolute Batman issue number 10, variant cover. Oh my guys, I am so hyped. I know you guys saw it. We opened it before we got on the bike just to get the party started. I had to. I don't know if that's going to be something we do from here on out, is open up a little package. It's just kind of been a coincidence. We've had something to open every Wednesday so far. Who knows, maybe it will. Maybe I need to order something just for that. Issue 10 is definitely my favorite Absolute Batman issue out right now. And then on top of that, the cover was just, in my opinion, the perfect embodiment of this absolute Batman. He is just pure metal, pure badass. He's got his war hammer. They keep calling it a hammer in the comics. It's an axe, bro. It's an axe. It has no depth. It's a blade. No weight. It's an axe. But anyway, so he has his battle axe on the cover. He's riding his motorcycle that he stole from Alfred like a fucking badass. And it just, I mean, come on. He's on a motorcycle. He's badass, full heavy metal. The art is just, wow, beautiful. He's got the dark grays and then the little orange and the brown tints to kind of give it a little bit hop. Was that a cop? Or was he just driving funny? Just to give it that little pop, that little, that je ne sais quoi. The little touch of mamma mia. Yeah, it's just the perfect embodiment of this series of Absolute Batman. I just had to get it. I went and I picked it up. I got it. I was trying to find it at my local comic book shops. Of course, nobody had it. But I found someone online who said he had a couple of copies that were available for sale. My boy Slabulous Comics over on Instagram. I'll go ahead and leave the link on the screen right here. You can check him out. I was a little worried ordering from somebody I don't know on the internet a comic. 2 weeks ago I ordered it. So after a week I heard nothing. No mail, no nothing. I'm like, what in the world? Then after the con started, on that Thursday, it said it was shipped. So I imagine he had to go pick it up from the con. I don't know how those work. I'm so new to this whole comic book thing. If you know, let me know down in the description. That'd be helpful. But anyway, long story short, Slabulous Comics, they came through. We got it in the mail. Came out, great condition, looking beautiful. Wow, pure choice. Got it on the wall. I am so hyped. That is definitely my Grail at the moment. My favorite comic that I own and my favorite comic to read in general. So beyond happy with that. I think the reason that I'm liking Absolute Batman so much lately is, to me, it's the old Batman that I grew up with. Like, you know Batman. You know who he is. You know what he's about. You know what he's been through. You know what he's done. But we take that Batman and we, like, take away the money. We flip it. Him and Joker switch positions. You know, instead of being a part of the system, he's disrupting the system. He still gets to keep his mom, so now he kind of has this weakness, you know? Whereas before Batman, he kind of lives for nothing. Always got his Alfred. You could take his money, he don't care. But in this, he's got his mother. He's got to look out for his mother. So he's got a weakness. He's got, like, something he's got to worry about. He's got these friends in the form of Waylon and the Riddler and Oswald Cobblepot, and all his old villains are now his friends. And he plays poker with them, and then he comes and he strategizes with them. He grew up with these guys. They were in the same elementary school, and they went through a traumatic event, the event of them getting trapped in the zoo during a mass shooting. And this was ultimately what led to Bruce's father dying. He sacrificed himself to save Bruce and his friends in order to stop the shooter. So pretty sad, but he died a hero. They decided to get rid of the zoo in order to get rid of that bad memory for the city. And in that spot, they decided to put a big old spotlight, a beacon of hope, a reminder of all the good humans can do, which turns out to be the Bat Signal, which we get an awesome reveal where this Batman burns a big old pile, I think it's like $2.5 million of cash. He just puts on top of this light in the form of a bat and then lights it on fire. Just pure badassery. I mean, this guy is awesome. I got issue number 2 on my wall because it was my favorite. And my favorite panel of the issue was the one where Batman blows up the building that the party animals are in. And when it shows and pans back and shows the big reveal, the building looks like a Batman cow. And it just says Batman as fuck. I mean, come on, man. My favorite panel of the issue. So we had to pick up the variant copy last week and put it up on the wall. I am so loving this version of Absolute Batman. We got the reveal of Killer Croc in issue 10, which makes that which makes that issue even more valuable to me. Like, the reveal of Killer Croc was freaking phenomenal. We got a little bit of Bane in it. We got some Arkham. I mean, it is just going crazy right now. I can't even describe everything that's going on right now. I'm probably going to release a video where I talk about each of the absolutes, because Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, the Trinity, they are killing it right now. Right now is the time to get back into comic books. I don't know if you haven't read them before, or even if you have. Comic books are on fire this year, because they take the same characters that you know from a kid that you maybe have heard about and maybe have been in popular culture and stuff like that. They take those same characters and allow you to get them in these worlds, but then they take everything you know about them and they change it. So it's a new, fresh story. And in a lot of the situations, in my opinion, they make improvements on the character. And what it seems to me is they're kind of aging these characters, growing them up, and making them more relatable to adults. Like I'm 30 years old now. You know, I'm not like a teenager pedaling down to my local comic book store to pick up some comics and a pack of gum. Being able to relate more to the characters and just the pure badassery. Like I said, we got Batman with no money. We got Superman. He came to the Earth late when he was already an adult. He's got a super AI suit that's a symbiotic relationship with him. It's like a symbiote, so it can do different stuff and control, and has all the awesome powers. His cape is alive and made of Krypton dust, and it just mind blowing. We got Wonder Woman coming in from hell. She was raised in hell. She's got badass weapons. She was trained by Cersei, a witch, and now she's got all these spells and all these different voodoo shit. She was gifted a Pegasus to fly, even though she could already fly. As if you weren't badass enough, you had to go and get a little Pegasus. Come on, Diana, shave some freaking badass for the rest of us. The Ultimate Universe, I haven't really been getting into. If we're being honest, the only ones that I've heard that are worth their snuff is Ultimate Spider-Man, which I have actually heard is the #1 book on the shelves at the moment, and The Ultimates, written by Dennis Camp, which Dennis Camp has been killing it. He made our top 3 again this week. I think every week he's got at least one in our top 3. He's just a writing beast this year. I don't know what it is. He's found his flow. Every single week we got these beautiful art coming out, these great stories. The people at my local comic book shop, I've quite enjoyed going in and just talking to them every week. Always got bright smiles, and like I said, it's the best day of the week, so of course they're happy about it. Hi. Okay, appreciate it.
Ooh, cheers, stay hydrated. Well, we thought it would be a light week. It was not. Kicking it off, our pulls of the week. We have Justice League, Dark Tomorrow special. I haven't read the first special or been keeping up with this, but I recently got the DC Infinite app, so I'm gonna read those and then be able to get this. They didn't have this at Titan Comics, the first shop we went to, so we had to go to Keith's Comics. We were able to pick this up. So that's kind of been our thing lately. We've been going to Titan, and then whatever they don't have, we can pick up Keith's on the way home. Luckily, it is on the way home. Next, we have One World Under Doom, Gods. This is a one-shot. I'm excited to read this. We have this guy who I'm blanking on his name, but it's a new character for me in Doom. It's going to be a completely new story. This is basically the week of one-shots. We have a lot of one-shots, which I'm kind of hyped about. I'm going to try little things we don't have to be invested in. You can just pick them up and go. Next, we have DC's California Love. Cue the music. So this is interesting. I don't know what this is. It's like a bunch, all the Supermans and the variants of Supermans, his son, Superwoman, and just a little one-shot kind of summer magazine, little story. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else. It's just a nice little one-shot summer issue. Art looks cool. I don't know what the story will be like, but it is thick. It's like a magazine. Next we have Assorted Crisis Events, issue number 5. This is the anthology series, so you don't have to read them in order. So pick this up, even if you haven't read the other ones. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Bring on the bad guys, Loki. This is issue number 1, but this has kind of been an ongoing series. Bring on the bad guys. They had Doom, then Green Goblin, then Abomination, then... Who was the last one? Was the last one Abomination? I can't remember. But then Loki, and then they're going to have some other ones. But for some reason, they have issue 1, and they don't market them as the same issue. I really wish they would, because it's an ongoing series. They make it seem like they're not separate, or they're not tied in at all. They're all separate. But there's a storyline going on in the background in between each of these, and you get to introduce each character. So it's kind of fun. We got the Ultimates, issue number 14. I went ahead and picked this up. Got the variant cover, just because the trades are going to be coming out soon, and I want to be able to pick up the second trade. And in order to not have to wait until February to get the third trade, I need to start picking up the Ultimates and Ultimate Spider-Man to be able to catch up. Because I think Ultimate Spider-Man comes out in September. Is going to be volume number 3 of the trade paperback, which will get me up to issue 19. And then I think the next trade paperback doesn't come out until February. No. I think it's March for Ultimate Spider-Man. So March. So if you don't get the next ones, I'm going to have to wait till March to get the end of the thing. So I went ahead and picked up issue number 19 of the Ultimate Spider-Man. So I'm going to be able to get 19 through 24. 24 is going to be the end of the run. So I'm going to have the single issues. So that way, once the final issue comes out on Christmas Eve of this year, I'm going to be able to have the complete story on Christmas, be able to finish it up. I'll have all of the trades and then issues 19 through 24 of the single issues. Signifies Ultimate Spider-Man kind of in a nutshell. It's older Peter Parker with the family. A lot of people like to say, with great power comes great responsibility. In this one, he has the responsibility and then he gets the power. So it's kind of cool. We picked up a cool variant. We were looking for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle variants. We were able to find one at Titan Comics. This is for issue number 7. We already own issue number 7, but I had to pick this up. We got a Victor Alpi variant cover. This is a 1 in 10. Got them rappelling down the building with the SWAT team on them. Oh, great variant. Something is Killing the Children, volume number 4. We've been picking one of these up every week just because we've been killing it. We've been flying through these every week. I've been reading them. That's a great comic to pick up. If you're into horror, if you're into Stranger Things, stuff like that, I would definitely pick up Something's Killing the Children. They're already on, I think they have 8 trade paperbacks already out, so you got a lot to catch up on, a lot to read. Finally, our last thing we picked up, which I'm probably the most excited about. I didn't even expect to get it. It wasn't on my pull list at all. But we had some bins at Titan Comics. They had a bunch of bins with some wrapped up issues where you can buy whole sets. They were only selling them as sets. They actually had a Green Lantern set there. It was an old Green Lantern. They had like 30 issues, but it was $130. Maybe one day, but it looked great. But I found this, Axe Cop, the 2012 series. This is Axe Cop Becomes President, issues 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you've seen Axe Cop. It was a show, I can't remember what it was on. I want to say Hulu, maybe HBO. But it's basically, it says it right here. It was written by an 8-year-old and his older brother, animated and drew and like wrote the show for him. So it's kind of a cool idea. You have a cop who has a battle axe. Not a battle axe, it's just a normal axe. And he uses it in battle and kind of does like crazy things. And crazy stuff happens. The villains look crazy just because they came from the mind of an 8-year-old. I love the show. I'm really hyped to be reading this. It was produced by Dark Horse Comics. You can get a little glimpse, kind of like the shenanigans you're gonna get. So Axe Cop was a great show. In this one, he becomes president for 3 issues. I don't know. It's silly. It was only $8 for all 3 issues. Figured we'd go ahead and pick it up. This is gonna be a great read on Saturday. So I think all in all, it was a great comic book day. We got our Grail. We got some new comics. See you guys next week for another new comic book day. As always, I'm T. Love you guys. Have a good one.